Good morning, good morning, good morning. Unless you're watching the replay, and then it's good afternoon. Because I usually try to get these up live on YouTube by around 5 o'clock the same day that I go live. So it is Monday morning, April 3rd. Yes, April 3rd, because tomorrow is the first day of that you can order from the last chance list and the retired list. I'm Casey White, independent demonstrator here from Dayton, Ohio, and it is gloomy and moderately cold, moderately warm. I'm not sure which one you would choose. Anyway, we've got lots to talk about today. My eyeballs are red. I don't know why my eyeballs are so red. Allergies, I guess. Woo, craziness. Anyway, I digress. We have got lots to talk about today. We have a color refresh that Stampin' Up! Has announced, and I think my stuff is over here. Hang on just a minute. I know I've got a list. I didn't get it within arm's reach. I was not getting things in arm's reach like I should have. Anyway, we've got a retired list that's going on, which was just refreshed on Stampin' Up! Over the weekend because they left some stuff off. Some of the stuff that's going to carry over to the catalog that you'll be able to get online. They left that stuff off, and so they had to recapitulate that this weekend. So if you saved an older version of the retired list, good morning, Miss Ginger, you'll need to refresh your cookies. I'm going to download that new list this morning after I get off here, and I will replace the list that I have up on Stampin' with the Queen. Come on, come back here. My monitor just died, which reminds me I need to make sure that I'm live on my monitor. Yes, I am. All right. And I'm not talking. Okay, that's good. Anyway, I will refresh that stuff. I will put that stuff out there. If you're a demonstrator and you're watching this, they did just make announcements that they left stuff off that we can pre-order starting tomorrow. Also, if you're a customer, I do have a new April host code, which I will show you here in just a few minutes when I put the camera up in the cradle. And if you have saved things to your computer, you've sort of put in an order and it's on hold, or you've put stuff on your wish list, you need to redo all of that. Write those, because the codes could be different and you won't get the discount. So pay attention when you're keying in your items as a customer and a demo. Pay attention, because the things on the last chance list, the codes may have changed and you want to get the discount. You want to get the discount. Anything put in the system on hold before April 4th will not have the discount, because the discounts don't go live until tomorrow. So pay attention to the list and what you're ordering. Do not pay the full prices. You want the discounts. So let me get situated here, get you up into cradle, and I will show you some of the things with the retired. I'll give you the host code, and then I am going to do the impossible today. Yes, I'm going to do the impossible. And what would that be, Casey? That would be making an impossible card possible. So it's a little tedious, nothing to be intimidated about, but you can do it. You can do it. You just need to make your template. And you know what I always say, make that template out of typing paper. So give me a minute to get stuff situated here and get you up in the cradle, okay? All right, let's see here. One moment, please. Make sure stuff is straight, and I think you need to go back a little bit. cannot see what I'm doing with that light there. That looks good. Excuse me. That looks good, except that we're, oops, over too far. Maybe I need to go over this way. Sorry, guys. You know me. I'm always working this. And I need to get my monitor up so I can see who is on with us this morning. Come on. Oh, come on, monitor. Okay. That's terrible. That is a terrible view. Guys, that's a terrible view. You can't see what's happening. Why is everything out of whack? It's not right. Something's not right. I'm gonna get you guys lined up if it kills me. I'll plug this in. Boy, that's crooked as a dog hind leg. There we go. Is that looking good now? No? Yes? No? I don't know. This light is really obscuring my view. All right. I don't know. Something is not right. I wish I could just put the little washi tape on my desk and get it straight every week, but it just doesn't work that way. I put the washi tape on my desk so I know where to put stuff, and then I get in here and I come here to work and it's like, this is just not right. This is not straight. It's not good. And then when I watch it back on the replay, I get really frustrated because I'm like, daggone that woman. Why can't she get it straight? I don't know why she can't get it straight. I'm going to spend 10 minutes just trying to mess with this morning. I'm so sorry. I just want it right. Okay, I think that might be as good as it gets. Really? If that is straight and that is straight, we are still cockeyed. Why are we cockeyed? All right. Let's see if that works. No. I mean, this is really messed up this morning. How is this so messed up? All I want to do is have a whole section that's in frame so you guys can see what I'm doing. You're not going to be able to see anything. The whole point of this impossible card is to make it possible. And what I look, bring my right side down. All right, I think I've got it now, Ginge. I don't know. All right, I can't see my comments. Where are my comments? All right. Well, and now I just knocked it all out of skew because I hit my monitor. All right, I think we have it. I think we might have it. Okay. All right, let us talk. Let us talk about everything that is retiring. Actually, not everything that's retiring. Let us talk about the color refresh. Okay, because that is the biggest deal that we have been talking about. And here is my host code. Before we get into that, here's my host code for April. So if you're going to place an order tomorrow, you will want to use this host code for tomorrow. Okay, guys? So make sure you get the right host code. Okay? And everything should be live and ready to go according to Stampin' Up. All right, so we have colors that are retiring out the wazoo. We have, look at this, let me see here. Look at all these colors that are retiring. We have all these colors that are retiring. Okay, and then here are your in colors that are retiring. So these are the colors that are retiring. We've got So Saffron, Blushing Bride, Sahara Sand, Rich Razzleberry, Pacific Point, Pear Pizzazz, Mary Merlot, Mango Melody. These are all on my Stampin' with the Queen page too. Bermuda Bay, Soft Suede. And then your new in colors, which were the 2021-2023, Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, Evening Evergreen, and Soft Succulent. Now, Fresh Freesia was with those. But Fresh Freesia is going to stay in the line, okay? So all of these are retiring. Yes. Sad, very sad. They have to go bye-bye. I really am going to miss a few of these, you know. I'm really going to miss Blushing Bride. I'm really upset about that. I think if they were going to retire one, it should have been Petal Pink, because it's so unpredictable. Sometimes it's orange, sometimes it's yellow, sometimes it's pink. So I'm not happy that they're taking away Blushing Bride, but they gave us a new one called Bubble Bath, which reminds you of the Mr. Bubble box. You know, if you were a kid in the 70s like me and took a bubble bath with Mr. Bubble, that's what we're getting instead. They're taking away Rich Razzleberry and Mary Merlot, and they're bringing back Berry Burst, which is this one. So here's the ink. Here is the color, which is kind of a replacement for Razzleberry and Merlot. It's sort of a cross between them. And then they're taking out Pear Pizzazz, and we're getting Lemon Lime Twist, which is an old one back, which doesn't compare to Pear Pizzazz. It's much brighter, but it is a green that we're getting back. And then finally, there's no Pacific Point, which is a very, very bright blue, is going, and Blueberry Bushel is coming back. So these are the three that I have that my friend let me borrow because she had them. So Lost Lagoon is coming back, which I don't have. Pretty Peacock is coming back, which I do have, and Misty Moonlight. Both of those were in colors, just retired a year and 2 years ago. So those are coming back. And I didn't put them on there because they're not new to me. So, but that gives you an idea of some of the things that are happening here, all the things that are retiring. So everything that goes with these, the cardstock, the re-inkers, the ink pads, and the blends are all going bye-bye. So as a demonstrator, I have to replace all that. I mean, I have to get all of the new. I have 13 new colors that I have to purchase and replace. Cardstock, pads, inkers, blends. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. So if you're my customer, I need sales so that I can make some money. Because that's going to cost me a small fortune. And if you want to play with the new colors, I need to make some money, right? Okay, so we've got 5 new in colors coming. And I wasn't too sure about them when I first heard them. They're not bright at all. They're very earth element kind of colors. Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, Boho Blue, Pebble Path, and Moody Mauve. They're not like the last new in colors we got with the Tahitian and the Parakeet and the Sorbet. Those were brights. These new in colors are very, very muted. Very earth element kind of colors. So it'll be interesting. Pecan pie is coming back, so we're losing soft suede. We're getting pecan pie. It's a more brown color than soft suede. This has a little, what do I want to say, orange to it maybe? Pecan pie? I don't know. And I'm looking to see Lemon Lolly Azure Afternoon, which is a turquoisey color. So it's going to be lighter than the Pacific Point, which is going. And not as bright as Tahitian Tide, but it is a pretty color. I've seen it. So these are your new color changes. And then your color families, I know you can't see this or make heads or tails out of it, but your color families, some things are moving around. So like pumpkin pie is now going to be a bright, and it was a rich regal. And then we've got another one that's moving. Where is it? It's Blackberry Bliss, I think, is moving to a different color family as well. Yeah, it moved down to the neutrals, Blackberry Bliss. And Grape moved from the brights, so it and Pumpkin switch place, down to the regals. So we've got some changes here in our color families. So if you buy a package, an assorted package of cardstock, you're going to get different colors than what you would get on the retiring. If you bought these as a retiring, you would get the normal colors. These are all the new colors that are going to be in your assorted cardstocks and your assorted designer series paper, your new designer series paper. We're getting a brand new set of designer series papers that go with all these colors, and we'll have new patterns. So you can be on the lookout for that. So lots of new stuff coming. I've seen the new catalog. We're not able to order the new catalogs until April 4th, which is tomorrow. So I will be placing an order as soon as I can. And I don't know, with Stampin' Up! Shipping being so erratic, I won't have them. I'll have them by the April 18th or the 21st class, one of the two. Is it April 18th or 15th? I don't know. I think it's 15th. I think the 15th is the Saturday class. Oh, and I meant to show you that. I'll show you what we're doing on the Saturday class next time. Next time I will show you, because we're doing a book. It's a book box. It looks like a book, and we'll tie it here, and it'll be filled with note cards. Okay? So I think that's about it for the announcements. Do check out Stampin'Up.com. Do check out Stampin' with the Queen after class. I will get things loaded up on there. And also, just to let you know, starting tomorrow when you place your orders, some things are already gone. I know, go figure. Soft suede, re-inker, not available. Stamparatus, not available. Now, I just placed an order the other day for extra Stamparatus magnets, an extra grid page paper, and that is still available. I just went online before I came online live with you all, and I checked the inventory status report. Several items are getting on low inventory, so get your orders in as quickly as possible. I just showed you this Rhino Ready, which is an online exclusive. It's already either on back order or low inventory. So I haven't even gotten to play with that. I really wanted to play with this today, but I changed my mind, and we're doing the Impossible card instead. So hopefully next week I can play around with this, because I've got some ideas in my head. I need to get them out. However, I spent the weekend making treats. So these are little tent treats. See, they'll sit up like that. That have a milk chocolate hollow lint bunny in it. And so I made several of these treats for my Bible study girls, because Wednesday will be the last Wednesday of Lent. I know some of them won't even eat them because they've given up chocolate for Lent. I know a couple of them gave up chocolate for Lent. I gave up cheeseburgers and fries And I am counting down the days. I am a McDonald's girl. I can't help it. I'm just a McDonald's girl, and I need my cheeseburger and fries from McDonald's. And I can't wait. I told Andy, I said, I'm almost tempted to go to church after church on Sunday and get a cheeseburger and fry before I have my ham dinner, but I won't. I'll wait. But let me tell you, you just don't know how hard it is. And the other day, Andy went out for lunch, and he brought home fries, and I just looked at them longingly, and I thought, oh, I really can't. It was torture, let me tell you. It was torture, but I'm sure my body is thrilled that I am not eating those. Anyway, this is what I made this weekend. These little bunnies are stuck in there with glue dots, so they're not going anywhere, but I made these cute little tent treats. Tammy White, who's a demonstrator. Gosh, Tammy, where are you? I can't remember what state she lives in. Anyway, Tammy White, she's here in the United States, and she had some tutorials on her blog for free, and so I downloaded the information, and I made these. Probably would have been easier if I'd actually watched how she did it. But you know me, I don't like directions that well, even though I tell you to read them. I just looked at the dimensions, and I looked at how they were made, and I'm like, I can do these. Well, they were a little harder than I thought. But anyway, I hope the girls enjoy these cute little treats that I made them. Because it'll be the last Wednesday before Easter when I go to class this week. Sorry, pardon me. One moment, please. Trying not to blow my nose on camera. Ugh, allergies. Winter is almost over. I don't know if it's ever going to go away. Okay, so let us play with impossible cards. What do you think? You want to play? Want to play with and make something? Be productive. Okay, you're going to need a paper trimmer, and like I said, I always make a paper. I always make a paper pattern first, and I'm using the Fancy Flora 6x6 Designer Series paper, which is going to go bye-bye, so if you love it, get it. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so I have made my pattern here and written all over it, so I have good instructions. And I don't have my card finished, but this is what it's going to be. I know I've showed you one of these before. Okay, so I have this strip that I need to type. I need to stamp Happy Easter on there. And I've got this. Oh, I need some fresh freesia. I didn't get it. I'll have to get it. I thought I brought it over here. Okay, but this is what it's going to end up being, and I don't have this part done. So let me just give you some instructions here, okay? So you would cut a piece of cardstock to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's what you're going to start with, okay? So I got my cardstock here at 4 1/4, 5 1/2. And I'm going to go through all this with you slowly, but I'm just giving you some information for now. Okay, I think that's too high. Y'all can't see that. Let me pull that down a little bit. Is that better? Is that better? I hope so. Okay, so we've got 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of cardstock. And the first thing that we're going to do to this cardstock is we're going to score it right down the center. We're going to score it at 2 1/8 inches. Okay, 2 1/8. I've got all these Post-it notes here that are telling me what to do. All right, 2 1/8. Got to put my eyeballs on for that to find an 8. I hate 8s. If you are like me and you hate 8s, okay, you just look at your look at your thing, look at your ruler here, and 2 ticks over to the right of the 2 is 1/8. Okay, because each 1/8 is a 16th. Oh, we don't want that cutting blade. All right, score it at 2 1/8. That's the first thing we're going to do. Okay, and now I'm going to show you a trick that I learned from lovely Miss Sharon Wilcox, who at one time was my grandma upline when I very first began with Stampin' Up. Your cutting blade, your Stampin' Up cutting blade, and I don't know about others, I use Stampin' Ups, it has numbers so that you can see the ruler here, but they're hard to see. So what she did is she took a piece of tear and tape, okay, it's the 1/4 inch tear and tape, and she taped it on there, and now those numbers, as you can see, are easy to see. Can you see the numbers? See, now you can see them. The ruler marks, much easier to see. All right, and that's important because when you're making this card, we need to cut down to a certain level, okay? So the first thing you do is score your cardstock at 2 1/8. All right, and now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put the cardstock in this way. And we're going to go over 2 3/4. So we're putting it in sideways here. And we're going to go over to 2 3/4. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to cut down to that 2 1/8 inch score mark that you have. All right. So make sure your paper is up there. And that's why I've got my machine turned sideways so I can see, I can read 2 1/8. So this is my cutting blade. Okay, my scoring blade's down there. And I am just going to cut down to that 2 1/8 inch score mark. Okay, and you'll be able to see that. I'm going to make sure. Okay, I'm right there. That's what I want. Okay, so I cut down to my score line. Now I'm going to flip the cardstock over. Okay, because you're going to cut down to the 2 3/4 inches over, which is like the center, okay, of your 5 1/2, down to that 2 1/8. Then on the opposite side of that cut, okay, that's where this cut is. So over here and over here, 1 inch. So I'm going to move this over to the 1. And I'm going to cut down to that 2 1/8 inch score line again on each side of my card. So on the opposite side that you cut in half to that half mark, you're cutting 1 inch. So as you can see on the ruler here, there's a 1 inch on the right hand side of my cut gully, and there's a 1 inch on the left hand side. So I'm just moving it to 1 inch. And I'm going to cut right down to that 2 1/8 inch mark again. Yeah, okay. I thought I did it wrong there for a minute. All right, so now you have a piece of cardstock. And you've got like 2 legs here and 2 thick, see how they kind of make a chair? So you got your seat here, and you got your top there. And now what you're going to do is you're going to flip it and get your crease on here. See, did you see that? You just flip it. It's like this. Now you're just going to flip one side of it. And then you're going to get your crease on. Okay? So now it's a little unstable. See how it bends like that? That's why you have a stabilizer bar. Okay? So your stabilizer bar is going to be, you can put it on this side or you can put it on this side. It's whatever floats your boat, however you design your card. Okay? And we'll decide where it goes here in a minute. But your stabilizer bar should be about 4 inches long. Let me see here. You can do it however far over you want it to go, as long as it catches both sides of the card here, of the opening. So you can cut it at 3 3/4 or 4, and it's about 1 inch. So mine is a little less than 1 inch, and it is 4 inches. And the only reason that mine is a little less than 1 inch is because when I went to get my scrap was, let me see how big my scrap is. My scrap is just a hair over a 1/2 inch. So I was just trying to make them equal. Okay. So cut it to 1 inch by 4 inches and then cut your scrap down accordingly, however you like it, 1/4 or 1/8, whatever. And then that's going to be your base. So what I've done now is we have to make the designer series paper that goes on top of that, right? All right, so you need, let me put this aside. Put all this aside. Okay. You need 2 pieces of designer series paper, and I chose on this piece I chose the Fresh Freesia and the Balmy Blue. And then while I was looking to make it for you guys, I thought, you know, I want to make this an Easter card that'll stand up just for fun. And I saw this, and this just to me looked like Easter eggs colors. So the opposite side of this is the pool party and the mint, and looks like Orchid Oasis, but I decided I'm going to use this bright color. Okay, so I'm going to use the Freesia, the Daffodil, and the Balmy Blue. So I wanted to use this. So 2 pieces, you'll need 2 pieces the same size, which are 4 by 2.5. Okay, so 2.5 by 4, and you should be able to get at least 2 pieces out of a 6 by 6 piece of designer series paper. And then what you want to do is, now I chose a designer series paper that doesn't have a right or a wrong pattern. I did not test, I did a card that I showed you a few weeks ago that had a pattern, and you had to think a little bit. I think I had to stack them backwards to cut them so that the pattern goes the right way on my little chair part. That's what I call that. So I chose this paper because it doesn't have a right or a wrong pattern, an up or a down. So you want to stack these 2 pieces of your 4 by 2.5 together. Okay. Stack them together. Yeah, I got to get my instructions over here so I know what I'm doing. Okay, and on the 2.5, put the 2.5 at 3/4. Okay, put it in here, and remember we cut those chair legs at 1 inch, so we're going to go into 3/4. So you want to make your skinny piece at 3/4 of an inch, because I'm doing a 1/4 cut down. Okay, and now I'm going to cut that down to 2 1/8. 2 1/8. 2 1/8. And I'm doing them together because it's easier to keep them together. 2 1/8. Okay? And now we're going to turn this. Okay? And we know that we're going to come right down to that. So it should be 2 3/4. Whoops. Or no, is it 2 1/8? Maybe it's 2 1/8. Oh gosh. My directions say 2 1/8. We're going to find out for sure. One moment, please. Here's the easiest way to find out. We're going to cheat. Okay. So we'll do this at, I just want to make sure that that's 2 1/8. Where is my ruler? Because we want to cut this square off is what we're trying to do. I have to cut this square off. So if we turn that in there like that, and this has to be 2 1/8, right? Or 2 3/4. Yeah, 2 1/8. 2 1/8. That's what we're doing. Because we're cutting right down to that cut mark. All right. Let's see if I did it right. This is the hard part, I swear. Mine looks skinny. Are these the right size? We'll see in a minute. Okay, so, and if they don't fit right, all you have to do is just flip your card the other way. I'll get this right in just a second here. Ah, there we go. All right. I did the same thing. I cut the other one a little too short too, and I didn't like it. I wanted it. I wanted my bridge piece. Whoops, I flipped this the wrong way. There we go. I didn't have my bridge piece the right way. My chair piece the right way. Okay. See, I want a little bit more at the bottom there. Okay, I'm adjusting this, guys. I want a little bit more of a border on the bottom of mine. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut off like just a quarter at the bottom. Because I want a little bit more border around my piece that goes on here. Because I want a little bit more of the blue to show. There we go. There we go. I wanted a little bit more of that blue to show. Okay. All right, now we are going to put those on there as soon as I find, there it is. Snake, snake, as soon as I find my adhesive. This is the funkiest part, is when you put your designer series paper on here. Sometimes you get these little chair parts wrong, like I had them, and you just flip your card the other way so that you get them the right way. There you go. And now I decided that I think we will put, which side? I don't know which side. I don't know. This side seems to have more yellow, so I kind of want to put it on this side, I think. The stabilizer. I kind of want to put it on that side, so that it picks up the yellow. Or do I want to put it on this side so we get more yellow? I don't know. I don't know. I don't rightly know. This is the hard part, but we are definitely putting yellow on here, not the freesia. So I'll put my stabilizer bar on here. And you just don't do what I just did. You just want the, Lord have mercy. Can't believe I just did that. Well, I don't have my, what is it called? My embossing buddy in here, so I could take that, that ink back off. I can't believe I just did that. Here, I'll just rub it off. I just put glue all the way down there. Y'all, let me tell you. You have to love it when I make mistakes on camera so that you know what not to do. You just need glue on the ends here. Duh, you just need glue on the ends. This one has to have glue all the way on it, but the other one doesn't. So let us do, our stamping. I have Happy Easter here, and if I can get it on this tiny little thing correctly. There we go. All right, and I need to go get, I don't know what color I want. You know what? I think I'm going to use the Orchid Oasis, because I have a little swatch of Orchid Oasis here. And I think I'm going to use that for this one. If I don't like it, I'll turn it over, right? If we don't like it. And I made some eggs, so I think I'm going to just Happy Easter it in the middle. Yeah, that'll pick up that Orchid Oasis that's on there. And I made some eggs. Well, I will make some eggs here in a minute. And one moment, please. Let me go grab my fresh freesia, which I forgot to grab. Okay. And since I didn't stamp with the lightest color first, which is the rule. All right. Let's do this other card in Fresh Freesia. So happy this color is not retiring. There we go. That'll look pretty. And I'm using the Easter Bunny set, if you want to know. And I think, pretty sure that that set is carrying over. I'd have to get out my master catalog and do a double check. Let's see, where is my master catalog? Hang on a minute. It's called Easter Bunny. It is on page 52. It is carrying over. Now the punch is still on back order. It's supposed to be in on May 18th, I think. But this set is going to be carried over from the mini to the new catalog. So I can tell you that much. It's a carryover. So if you like this set and you like the bunny and the punch, you'll be able to pick them up again. And you can use it next year for Easter. So there's a lot in the new catalog that's carrying over from the mini, which is cool for me as a demonstrator, because that means I don't lose quite as many sets. However, there's a lot that is not carrying over, and I lost probably 30 sets or so. So look for a sale coming to a demonstrator's house near you. The Taco Fiesta, which we're using for class tomorrow night to make the spinner cards, is carrying over. Yay! The Sweet Citrus is carrying over. So I have my catalog marked. If you want to know something, you can ask. On page 15, this is the paper that I used, the Fancy Flora. So both of these sets that are shown with it on page 16 and 17 are carrying over. So you'll be able to pick those up, but the paper is not. So be aware. Be aware. I need a drink. Did I say so? Mm-hmm. I did. I said so. Oh, and I think I knocked this askew, of course. All right. Did I clean that? Yes, I did. All right. I did clean that. All right. Let me finish this card. Let me finish these cards real quick. See if I can do that. I decided I'm going to use this cute little sitting bunny. And got a piece of white cardstock here and black. So let me just, I don't know if we've used this stamp before, so I'm going to rub it and give it some love. I don't think we used this stamp the last time we used this set. And we want it to pick up the ink. Oops. All right, that's good. That's good. I have to use my D blocks that are from my Paper Pumpkin sets because, why? Because every, and I do mean every, I have 2 sets. It's got too much ink on it. That had too much ink on the eyeball. Every block, I have 2 sets of blocks, and every block that I own has a stamp on it right now because of Taco Fiesta. I mean, that stamp set has like 19 stamps in it, and I've got like everything. Okay. I'm going to make a couple of carrots. This is all getting cut out, so it won't matter where I'm stamping it. I gotta fussy cut everything. Where is this? Okay, let's clean this stuff up because I'm gonna have to. And as you see, y'all, this is my helpful tip. Oh, get that ink out of that eyeball there. You know, when you're working with a stamp set and you've got a lot of stamps that you want to use, what I do is I get out this big, I think it's F block, E block. It's the E block. I get out this big E block, and what I do is I put all the stamps that I want to use on the E block. Ooh, that's tight. I don't know if that's good or not. Hopefully I can still cut that. Oh, I think I can. Anyway, I put all of the stamps that I want out of the stamp set that I'm using or stamping that day on a big E block. And that way I can just take them off, put them back and forth onto the blocks that I'm using. And then I don't have to keep open and closing this all day long and trying to pull them off of everything. So, helpful tip there, helpful tip there. Okay, so that's, okay, I still want to stamp some grass, but I have to cut this down first. All right, so let me clean up, and we're going to finish up this card. You know, through the magic of television, I should have had this card already done, but did I? No, because I was tired after I made all those treats, and then I got everything ready last night for you all. How are we doing on time? Over as usual. Almost over. Okay, I know somewhere, wait a minute, on my notes, the pop-up needs to be 3 1/4 by 1 7/8. Okay. Ugh, I hate 7/8. Cut that off because that was folded. All right, 3 1/4 by 1 7/8. That's not right. Really? That can't be right. I'm sorry. I can measure this. This is more than... This is... I'm trying to see is how wide this is. Well, maybe that is right. We'll see in a minute. 1 7/8 by 3 1/4. We'll see if that's right in a minute. It is correct. My measurement is correct. So 3 1/4 by 1 7/8. All right, there's my scrap. So my notes are correct. So on the Impossible Fold card here, I tell you that the pop-up is 3 1/2 by 2 1/8. So if you're going to cut it down, that this piece that's going to go inside is 3 1/4 by 1 7/8. And as you can see, that is correct. And so before we pop that on there, what I want to do real quick is add some grass. I want to put some grass because I want my bunny to be sitting in some grass. So let me grab the grass off of here. Ah, it fell off. Okay. Sometimes these lose their sticky, these polymer stamps. It's like they get dry or something. I don't know. But if you put some of your cleaner, you know, your hand sanitizer on there, that'll help it stick back on there. Or you can, I wouldn't advise licking it, but you can lick your fingers like I just did. I don't need black. So let's close it. We don't want black. A trick when you're stamping something across the bottom of a page is to start off the page and finish off the page. And that way it usually comes out as even as possible. And I used garden green for that, just so you know. And somewhere is my cleaner. All right. Somewhere is my cleaner. Okay. We'll put that back on there. I'm going to color that stuff. Put that out of the way. Okay. Let's get these Happy Easters attached so that they're no longer floating. We're going to attach both of those to the stabilizer bars. And you do want your glue to go all the way across those. Okay. And now we're going to put our it is the first Monday in April. Ask me how I know. And it must be 12 o'clock noon because I am hearing the tornado siren testing. And if you know anything about Dayton, Ohio, and Northern Ohio in general, April 3rd, I think, was the day of the Xenia tornado several years ago. Oh, that was a terribly scary day, I'm telling you guys. I spent the day in my basement. I think it was 1973. Spent the day in my basement while my dad was outside checking on things, telling us to get to the basement. It's funny. We had basements growing up. Look how cute. And my dad would make us go to the basement. My mom would make us go to the basement. We'd get down there in that basement, you know, and hide out, waiting for a tornado to come and hope that we weren't going to get blown away. And my dad, he would go upstairs and he would walk around and he would be checking all the windows. I remember he'd always look out that back southwest window over towards West Middletown, waiting to see a tornado coming across the bridge there or something. Anyway, my mom would always take her purse to the basement, because if your house got blown away and your purse got blown away, how are you going to get your credit cards and your driver's license and your Social Security card? You know, Dad had his wallet in his pocket, but Mom, she had to take her purse to the basement with her, which always cracked me up. So about 3 years ago, when the tornado came through here, and we were over in Vandalia at the time, I was in the bathtub. And guess what? Because we didn't have a basement, I had my purse. My sister had called me and she said, "Do you have your purse?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm in the bathtub with my stupid purse." That's what my mom drilled into us. Living in Ohio, Southwest Ohio. Grab that purse when you go to the basement. I mean, you know, I was 12. I didn't have a driver's license to worry about. I bet she didn't have my Social Security card in her purse. That would have been fun to try to get, replace. But yes, those are the things I remember growing up. And then after, I can remember going to Xenia. After that tornado hit, we took a ride and we went up to Xenia. Oh, heavens. The devastation. And of course, the one thing that sticks with you is 2-story houses, and there's the toilet sticking out. That toilet was still attached to the 2nd story. That's why they tell you to go to the bathroom. That plumbing is good for something. Anyway, I remember a year or so ago, Frank and I were hunkered down in my bathroom. Andy was at work. Ugh. I don't like tornadoes. I don't like bad weather. I just don't. It's just very irritating and scary, and you never know what's happening, and but my dad, he was up there making sure he wasn't coming to get us. He'd always be up there monitoring it all. And it's funny because my cousin, Bonnie, she likes to be topside too, worrying about, I forgot to get the stuff to color my carrots. She likes to be topside too, watching the weather to see what's happening. She doesn't want to get, she's going to get blown away, she's going to be seeing it. Not me. I'd like to be in a basement, thank you. I wish he had a basement. When we were looking for houses, we were looking for different houses, and I really wanted one with a basement. Just because those tornadoes had just gone through here and it was so scary. But this house does not have a basement. This house has 2 interior bathrooms. So that's where we have to be. That is where we have to be. I need some green. Y'all, I need some green. We'll use blue instead. I'm sitting here coloring these. Well, that's green now because I colored over the yellow. Fine. I'll color over that yellow too. Yellow and blue make green. You're going to have some bluish green Easter eggs here. So, I'm only going to be able to finish one of these today, I think. Otherwise, we're going to be online forever and a day. And y'all don't want that. I know you don't. I'm going to do some purple here. Okay. I really am sorry. I should have colored these. I guess I wasn't thinking. All I was thinking was, my belly's hungry and it wants to eat. So, Andy fixed spaghetti and I got done with everything I needed to do yesterday and prepped for being online with you all. And guess what? I went to eat my spaghetti. All right, guys, I'm going to try to make quick work of this. I really wish spring would hurry up and actually get here. You know, we've got a sunrise service next Sunday at Easter at 7. I think it's at 7 or 7:15. We'll say 7 in case you decide that you want to join us. Ooh, it's going to be outside in the parking lot, and I'm thinking, I think it might be a little too cold. This weather is like it is. So I'm going to Easter Sunday church at 11 o'clock next week. It was so fun going to Palm Sunday church yesterday. I tell you, there are just a couple of things that happen at church a couple times a year. They just warm the cockles of my heart. You know, yesterday on Palm Sunday, we always have the kids come in, and while we're singing Hosanna, they parade around every row, the aisles with their palm fronds. And some of them get wild with those palm fronds, let me tell you. But so cute, you know, to see all these little kids, and they're waving with their little hands, you know. They're waving their other hand that doesn't have the palm frond to mommy and daddy, and some of them get a little wild. Ugh, but they're just so cute. It just makes me cry. It just makes me happy. And I've taught Sunday school before, so I've been in that parade more than once. Walking around with my palm frond, guiding my littles, getting them where they need to go, in and out of the aisles. It was fun. I don't like to miss Palm Sunday because I just like the pageantry. And then next week will be Easter, and I'm looking forward. I hope they drape the cross. That'll be something I'll be looking forward to. I like it when they drape the cross. It makes me think that Jesus is right there. Not that I like to think about him laying on that cross being suffering for me, but I do like the imagery of just his presence. Of course, you and I know Jesus is with us always. So, too bad he can't get a pair of scissors and help me cut faster, right? All right, so I'm gonna put a couple of eggs on there, and we're gonna have a little bunny up here. I'll have to put some more eggs on there. And I think what I'll probably do is, there's a butterfly in there. I might have to get the butterfly out and put on that. And of course there'll be a carrot laying over there in the grass. So I think we're going to have a butterfly, or else I could get the brass butterflies. Brushed brass. Look at that. What do you think? Put that on there. Should I put another egg over here? Maybe I should put my eggs here and put my Easter bunny here. I don't know. What do you think, guys? I think I like the eggs there, like that. And put the little Easter bunny up there. Put a carrot there. Some eggs. Put some more eggs in there. I just think it's cute. What are the other words in there? I think that thing needs a word. There's too much space. It's a new day. Enjoy all the little moments. There's a bird. We could put a bird on there. There's a bird. It's a new day. And see, there's the butterfly. Nope, I think we'll do enjoy all the little moments, because that's what this card's about. I'm going to send this card to somebody who has babies, grandbabies. And I think that'll be a good one. Let's put that on there. Enjoy. I didn't take that one out because I didn't think about it. Well, we're going to do it. Ooh. And since we did that, uh-oh, Lord have mercy. Since we did that one in Fresh Freesia, we're going to stamp this in Fresh Freesia. All right. I'm going to put those cards on there. We're going to put that bunny on there. I'll put that bunny on there for placement so that I can see where to put this. Enjoy all the little moments. Yes, I was talking about you, Bonnie. I sure was, about how you love being outside in the storms, while I prefer to be in a shelter. Thank you very much. Oh, look at that. Oh, how cute is that, guys? Oh, I love me. Okay, let's put these up in here. All right, I'll clean that off camera. Yes, I will. And Bonnie, I know you've got a order in there that you're thinking about placing tomorrow, so I've got the April host code for you. All right, this bunny is going to stick up here, so I don't want to put glue on the top part of him. I only want to put glue on the bottom part of him. I'm going to stick him on here, sitting in the grass. I didn't pop him off because he'll pop off anyway. See, because this will go down into the envelope. And then I'm going to put a carrot there and probably cut up some other, some others. But there's my little impossible cards. So, what do you think? Not so impossible after all. Not so impossible after all, I don't think. So I will finish that, but I think they're adorable, and I think the people who get them will be very happy. And they're very, very cute. So I hope you try to make an impossible card, and I will, I'll probably write up a tutorial and put it online. We're going to make them in class. Thank you, Ginge. We're not going to make Easter ones, of course, but I think we will make these in class probably next month because I have my April card class already set up. So I hope to see some of you on Tuesday afternoon and evening. I still have openings in my Tuesday afternoon class. My Tuesday night class is full. And I have about 4 openings for the Tuesday afternoon class. If you decide to come, let me know. And then we have, next week I will have the book so that I can show you what we're making for the specialty class in April. And then we're making a spinner card tomorrow night. And I can't remember what we're making later in the month, but I know I've got it all planned, so that's all that matters. But you will see this impossible card. We're going to be making these because I think they're fun. And we'll make one with a pattern, one without, so you'll learn how to cut them. And I'll just have to design those. And I don't know. Maybe I'll use the rhino ready because I think this would be a cute birthday card with the rhino sitting popped up on there. So I think I just talked myself into that. I'm going to be making a rhino card because I want to play with the rhino stamp set. So don't forget, new retiring list. I will get it up this afternoon, and with all the corrections that were made. Ordering starts tomorrow, and you'll want to use this new April host code. And be looking forward to the new catalog, which is coming out. All we can show you right now is the cover until we get an order. And as soon as we get an order in from that new catalog, I will be showing you items which you can order in May. So I will be making a pre-order tomorrow, just like everybody else. And I'm going to get some new stuff. Whoop, whoop. And I can't wait. And to get new colors and stuff. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you had fun, and didn't get too terribly bored while I was coloring. So let me see what you guys have stamped, and if you've made some Easter treats. If you're making Easter treats to give away to your friends and family, do let me know. I'll show you what I made. And I hope to see you next week. Until then, have a happy Easter. Go stamp something. Enjoy time with your family. And have a great day.